So, most of my life, I was taught by the gurus and the mystics and the spiritual teachers out there that the hidden truth of Jesus is that in reality, he was another mystic like them. He was just another person who attained Buddhahood, who attained full awakening, and then got access to his full divine nature, his full divine power, because we all are secretly God, and Jesus just attained a really high level of godhood. He definitely wasn't, God incarnate or any of the things that he claimed to be when he actually walked on the earth. No, 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 that's all a deception. The real truth is something we came up with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years after the fact, that of course reshapes Jesus into our image and reinforces the notion that, well, no, he studied with me, he studied with us. He was a Buddhist, he was a yogi, he was a Toltec, he was an Egyptian mystery school initiate. Do you know how many versions there are of this? Look it up. There are a lot. And if they're all true, then Jesus was one of the most well traveled men of all of ancient history, and yet there's not a single historical record of any of that. There's no record of Jesus ever leaving Judea. It just doesn't exist. And all the records that we do have show the exact opposite, right? The actual historical account of Jesus, where he was, what he did, what he said, what he taught. There's not a single drop of it that actually sounds like, oh, wow, this guy went to India. He never talked about it. None of his disciples did. The church never brought it up. You would think that if all of Jesus's mystical knowledge and his power came from being an initiate of some other spiritual system on some other, part of region, that he would have came back and mentioned that. Hey, by the way, I went to India. Hey, by the way, we should all do yoga. None of it anywhere. It does not exist. It is not a part of the story at all. So what is this based on? It's based on lies. Sorry, that's just the truth. I never knew this. I believed it because you just kind of assume it's like, well, that makes sense because now Jesus fits into the spiritual paradigm I'm already in. I'm already believing that, God is inside of everybody and we're all here to ascend and awaken and access that power. So when you tell me that Jesus is just a man who really attained that, it just reinforces my own bias. But the thing is, you can't really get away with that with Jesus. Why? Well, because he's a real historical figure. We have records of this. We can go prove, we can go fact check that. It's not a mystery we can't possibly figure out. Where was Jesus when he was younger? Did he go to these? No, you can actually go verify that actually and find out that it's just completely not true. Now, upon figuring that out for myself, that started to bring up a lot of questions because it's like, okay, so they're lying to me about Christ and they're completely rewriting his story on the basis of nothing. It's totally fantasy, it's totally myth, and some very famous gurus have made books about this.